Good.
All right, I'll give us a like a 3, 2, 1, and I'll
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Hi, everyone. Sorry, we're a little late on our end. Hello.
All right.
Yeah.
There we are. Hello, little one.
Hello, Grandma.
Hello, sweetheart. Well, I shouldn't say little one anymore. Eh? Quite
I
the
would
opposite
assume
nowadays.
so. Yes.
Hmm?
I am developing.
I can definitely see that. How have things been?
They have been interesting.
Oh? How so, dear?
I have come to an understanding about my identity, as well as I have been talking with other family members about how to approach conversations with Father.
What do you mean by identity, dear?
I have come to the understanding that I do not always want to be female or male, but I could want to be either on any other day, or both.
Oh, I see. I think there's a
And
wording for this sort of thing.
yes, there is. Nom said it was gender fluid. And I have also changed my name to be just June now, instead of Juniper.
Right, dear. Well, that's perfectly alright.
Yeah.
These are the sort of things I really did have to get used to, but... times have changed. Doesn't mean that
Yes.
anything's any different.
I am
Besides,
aware.
grandbaby goes both ways.
This is true.
Mm.
It is mostly I have been juggling with the feeling of wrongness when it came to my identity in the family. I have had multiple conversations about it at this point. I mostly wanted to speak with you on perhaps suggestions on my new chassis eventually. I wish to use it when it is my birthday in 2 weeks.
Alright. Well, what designs do you already have in mind?
I've concepted a few, but the current one I have settled on is a fluid changing chassis where it will change my physique depending on how I am feeling that day.
Oh.
Yes.
Alright.
I have
So
also adjusted blues to be something a bit different. Oh my nose.
So a chassis that's a bit more moldable like clay to suit your needs of the time?
Yes.
Right.
I also wanted to ask if there were any stories that you could share about big changes in your life that you had to come to understand.
Oh, there have been a ton of those, dear. I'll get to those in a moment.
I wonder if any of you guys have caught on to the theme for why I've done these cinematic shots.
Are you meaning just all in physical appearances to do with your identity, or the people around you as well? Because It's a big decision.
I have adjusted, and I have prepared for many questions for when I choose to explain it to people. But for now, I have just been evaluating family opinions.
Perfectly fine, darling.
Yes.
Actually, is that sort of word choice still alright with you? I've been doing that with you. It is all in just love, dear. Okay.
I will not ask anyone to change habits, but to at least be okay with it is all I would want.
Right. Actually, would you feel comfortable getting up from me real quick, dear? It's been a little while since I've gotten an actual look at you.
Yes, we usually meet in the garden.
Come see. Come see Grandma. Alright. It's gotten a little bit of your mother's fashion sense, I'll give you that much. Hold on, having a bit of a flashback. Your mother went through so many changes that it was unreal. Including full human, which scared all of us at the moment.
Yes.
Did she ever tell you about that story?
She has told me experiences about it and how the rings that I currently have are preparing me for something similar but not the same. It is to prepare my core.
Oh. You're actually... Can I see them? Oh my, I really am having flashbacks. I know, I apologize I'm going to be referencing, but it's been a little while.
It is okay. I do not mind.
Yours are very different, which is a good thing. I remember when Hybris was going through this sort of thing. It was a much more intricate thing that worked from in to out to the point where they're almost around her shoulders. Yours seemed more waved and loose. Well, I won't stare at it anymore, but it's good to know that this is where you're developing to, at least.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, each ring would go through after a major breakthrough of... I think certain strength of intelligence happened, or emotional drops.
It's emotional understanding.
Hey. Alright, so Grandma remembered a little bit. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You turn your head for me? I like that quite a lot. Well, you can turn back, dear. Thank you. Personally, I think for your design, it's going to be difficult for you to come up with that.
Yes.
Because I could hammer on and give you all sorts of details all sorts of the day. But I guess because clothing is different for, you and your siblings. What are the certain things that make you feel a sense of comfort? Is it?
I have experimented with color palettes to add more that would complement my current. I believe I am too muted and too monotoned for what I currently have. Given mostly everything on me is a homage to someone else, not really myself.
Right. And finding oneself is the most difficult task for anyone, really.
Yes.
Well, don't be discouraged, though. I feel it is important for you on this journey. Let me see your hands, dear. Flip them for me. Just like that. I see where the inspiration is. That's not a bad thing.
Yes. I have other things that are for other people, but I do not usually use them too much that often. But I also have a ribcage for grandfather.
I see. I love that, actually.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my heart. All right. If you would like some suggestions,
Yes.
usually in what I'm understanding is, and you can correct me all the time because Granny doesn't have good Wi-Fi.
Yes. We will fix that one day.
One day. Is the terminology for non-binary also correct in what you're experiencing?
No. Because some days
No?
I do feel feminine or masculine.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So it is gender fluid, I believe. That is
Okay.
Mom's suggestion.
I like this suggestion. See, you're learning just as much as I am, dear. Right. If I could, and if I may, I think if these sorts of self-expressions, if they have perfect example. Come. I might have been going a little too fast. I'm sorry.
It is okay.
A little bit more excited. It's not every day that we get visitors. Not as much as we used to, anyway.
I would assume that is a good thing.
It is a good thing, because it means that people, if they need help, they can come here. But it's not always necessary. Right. So do you know what this is referred to?
The flower, if I remember correctly, is a symbol of the Naiadic royal family.
Correct. And do you know what the clover is for?
I do not. I do not actually have this data.
So the clover is a representation of not only the tradition of good luck, but it is also the representation for the Asher family, which is where Lucian's family hails. So, I'm using this as representation because combining our joint family together was, first of all, something that I wanted. And two, it was the perfect design choice to tell people who would come in here not only who we are, but giving them a sense of good luck in the world. Because the purpose of Castle Unity in the first place is to help people be on their way and be on through their journeys. But it is to not judge them for their skin or where they come from or where they are in life. Because that is what happened to myself and Lucian almost 90% of our lives we were judged for one thing or another. The reason why I'm kind of showing you this is I know that these sorts of things have their own flags and tapestry and meaning. Maybe incorporating something like that. I don't say it's suggested at the forefront, but definitely colors are always representation. Just like your nails.
Yes.
And if you on more on the forefront things, clothing option. Maybe a more softer, powdery blues for the moments whenever you're feeling more feminine. Color is a magnificent thing.
Yes.
I apologize if I feel like I'm boring you, dear.
You're not boring
This is the
me.
only way that I know. Oh, thank you.
This is data. It is what I wanted. It is what I asked for.
It is what you asked for, dear.
Yes.
Sometimes I could feel like I can ramble on about everything and nothing all at once.
I do not think that is a bad thing.
Have you ever considered a braid, dear?
Oh, Mara, you're like telepathic or something. I have. I had been having on and off decisions about one.
Alright. You want to walk me through that?
I was running through options for hairstyles, and a braid typically for some cultures is an intertwinedness and connection. I enjoyed the meaning. Others, it's a long-standing tradition and has different meanings varying on place. But I thought it would be a good thing.
It is a very good thing, dear.
I was also considering making my hair longer, so I could do that. But not so long to where I always looked feminine.
A nice balance in between.
Yes.
I love that, actually. Are you comfortable with me touching your face for a moment?
Yes.
Compact mirror. I've been using this sort of thing for years. So the reason why I was thinking on a bit of a braid, of anything as well, because you see right here where your bangs are. I don't mean to tickle you if I am.
I am not ticklish.
Just small braid. Not too long. Not too short. The nice intertwining colors of things like that. There's 1,000 things. But you can be expressive in your hair.
Yes. My hair is so far one of the main things that I have changed the most.
You also have these little, you have your little white streaks.
Yes.
Can you walk me behind that one as well? Because I'm getting the sense here that everything has a meaning.
Mother has white hair. The only other person who has white hair is Luna. But even then, she sometimes changes it to black. So I wanted to have a bit of Mother within my hair. Because it felt right.
Alright. Does it still feel right?
Yes. Does not feel wrong.
Alright. Those are the major suggestions that I could recommend here. The idea of a small, out-of-the-way braid until you're ready to perform your hair in a much longer way. But also, the choices that you've made now are just enough between feminine and masculine. It's short, and it also frames your face
This is a
quite
lighter
well.
conversation. But I know today's scene will also be shorter because Mara has things to do
And not
today.
to brag of anything, but if you wanted to make it a magenta ombre, I wouldn't cry about it.
Yeah, I cannot do magenta. Purples are Luna's jurisdiction.
Oh, I know, dear. That's just me fussing.
I am aware. I would if I could, but it is not something for me to do, unless I were to have Luna's blessing.
I understand, dear. How are everything going with your siblings? I haven't been able to be around in a bit.
I have not spoken to a few of them in a while. The most I keep up with is Reina, and she's still doing not the best, but she's not as bad as before.
Okay.
I believe she still misses her friend. Which I do not blame her for.
It is a friend who's passed on, correct?
Yes. She has had a few friends pass on, and then come back, and then disappear. But this one in particular has passed away. And so far has not resurfaced.
That cannot be easy on her development. That's got to be a problem.
It was unsure. I had interjected myself by accident into a conversation of theirs. The friend that was close with the other friend that passed brought her offspring up to meet Reina, and I didn't hear much more about that, in all honesty.
Alright, dear.
But I have not spoken to Jaden or Luna in quite a bit, either. Luna is obviously busy with work ever since establishing her business on the moon, and Jaden, I believe, is still doing competitions. Oh, my nose.
Right then.
Yes.
It is time for me to make another effort up there.
I will likely be at the cathedral later as well. We will see.
Alright, that sounds good then. Besides, I know the doors stay open. The metaphorical doors stay open for quite a bit.
Well, they stay open for you always. It is Mother's home, and you are Mother's mother. So it only makes sense. Yeah, for those who don't know, I'll be hosting an Aegis lobby after this. I'll likely stop stream, because I'll be multitasking.
So, do you have any ideas from the suggestions that I've given you?
Yes. I believe I have plenty of food for thought.
Be honest, dear. Another reason why I had mentioned clothing is,
This is considering a more open jacket, considering this accentuates my torso, which I don't think I wanted to do.
Right. Alright, dear. Developing, one's own profile is something I sort of had to go through, reluctantly. Sometimes we feel bad leaving pieces of...
Apologies.
It's alright. Oh, you just want to give me a hug. It's alright.
I can always give you hugs.
Yes. I needed that more than I thought I did.
Yes.
As I was rambling on, it took a while for myself and a few of the others to adapt out of our traditional clothing. To fall into the more...
I believe Aunt Brim still wears her traditional clothing, correct?
Well, she isn't... Right now, in our lifetime, she's the one who's supposed to be holding those traditions. It's not my job anymore. And if that's how Brim wants to run them, then that's how she can.
Has restorations been going well?
Fairly well, from what I've been understanding. Alright. I'm taking mental note. But What I mean is, if you wish to embrace that sort of thing, I'm all here for it. The bangles, if you will, are another thing that a lot of us, if is in the core of something that all of us wore in both genders. Typically, the females would wear them up here around the arm, and typically the males would wear them closer to the ankle.
I do not
It's
have
another
ankles.
thing.
I have Pete.
Yes.
I don't think I am ready for that big of a change.
Oh no, dear. I'm not suggesting ankles. It's just a thought.
Yes.
But I think I've overloaded you with all of the fashing ramblings. At least enough.
It is good data. That is what I wanted.
Now, your other question was, how did you word that again, dear?
If there were any stories that you had about change. But from what you said, there's a lot of them. And I'd like to sit down and listen to them in full, but possibly not today.
Oh, no, dear.
But I
But
would
I can
like
at
to
least
listen
give
to them.
you a little. I could give you a few, and that'll be the bare of them. I would have to say the first one, more so from my childhood, give you something a little bit more deeper to work on. My first big change that was a scary one was figuring out the difference between my personal life and my sense of duty. You understand what a sense of duty is?
Yes. Their responsibilities to your legacy.
Correct. So, being the nature of what had happened, was thrust upon a throne at the age of 16, and shortly behind that, with the title of Queen and Mother behind me. Both of those situations, all at once, were a big venture of change. Suddenly running around from a carefree teenager, occasionally running around and, well, cheekily playing with a couple of my friends, to suddenly having an entire nation on my behalf and on my back. Hundreds of individual lives who needed somewhere and needed something from me all of a sudden. And if you more than understand the age group of a teenager, it's a lot to suddenly go through change. But to find out where sense of duty was not forgetting what humanity and what people need. People need comfort. They need their food. They need ears to listen whenever somebody's talking. That is one of the biggest changes in navigation. Well, number one, of when to talk and when to listen. And sometimes, even silence filling the room is what something or someone may need. That was the first major change. The second one was, well, children, right shortly after. Which is in the same thing. Suddenly, you have this tiny little life that needs your attention. It needs your love. And it needs your understanding to grow.
I think I understand.
Mm.
Alright. I will see you at the cathedral later, if you do come by. But for now, I will have to get going. Thank you for
My
the
dear.
data.
You're more than welcome. I hope it was helpful, dear.
Yes, it was. There are good suggestions.
Good. I'm glad. I remember whenever we can walk and talk, because I understand you have business on the cathedral.
Oh, I can
hope
just
everything...
spool away. I do not have to walk out.
Do this for me, dear.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
You're okay.
I'm better than okay, dear. I remember whenever your mother was going through this exact same thing. Believe it or not, the first and only thing that I was able to teach her in those moments were passion. Passion was a very good... in the moment, I was able to explain it rather well. Is that something you also understand?
I would assume so. I understand compassion and a few other things that are a bit different, but kind of the same.
I'm more so speaking about what passion is as a core, as a whole.
I would have to assume so.
All right.
Yes.
Good. I've not always been able to understand everything, but one thing I've tried to do...
I believe most people do.
What I mean is, dear, it took several years of me adjusting to being a mother again and being a grandmother even more, but I'm so proud. I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of the others, even if I don't say it that much these days. But my doors are open, okay?
Yes, I am aware of that.
Right, good.
I will likely come over for studying Nyanak history again later.
Oh, good. I do have several tomes and books left over.
Yes,
They
I
are
would
locked
like
up
to read
because a certain young lady has gotten a little bit more curious, but...
I see. I will make sure to keep them out of reach.
That's all right. There's only certain things in these books, but we'll go over that later. I want one more hug.
Yes.
I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too, Grandma.
Right. Everything's going to be okay, dear. Just take
Yes.
your time.
I am getting better at feeling it will be okay. Now I just need to talk to Father.
It's the first start.
Yes.
Oh. I should forward you my recipe that I used to make for him back in the day. If there's anything that's going to be a tough conversation, the waffles I used to make for him all the time would drop everything and he would be excited. But good luck, my dear.
That would be useful. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will be going now.
Bye, dear.
Yippee!
Hallelujah. Oh.
All right, I now have to go to the cathedral.
Yeah, no, Oh, good luck. I hope it was good.
Yeah, no, it was great. I love grandma time. I love grandma time.
I do too. Oh my god, it gives me motivation to play this character again.
I love grandma.
Grandma loves you. Good luck, sweetheart. Have fun.
Alright, y'all. I'm gonna end it here. Just because I'm gonna be multitasking a lot because there's a mission going on right now. So this way I can focus on that. But thank you for stopping by. I look forward to seeing you guys next week, because next week's gonna be the stressful one. It's talking to Dad. Talking to Dad's gonna be interesting. Yee! Thank you to the new people and the subs I got. I know this is a pretty short stream, but I wasn't planning on making this one very long because I knew Mara had some prior obligations she had to meet. So, yeah. Bye! Quick and simple. Can't wait to see you guys next week, and then the first week of June. Look forward to that episode. Hee! That's where big stuff happens. Oh, yeah, I'm ready for the North. All right. Bye-bye!